This was a family holiday we took to Florida. This is Disney. And this is the end of sort of 2 weeks out in Disney, and I'm completely overloaded by this point.
It was in her teens that Helen began to feel that she was different.
Actually, the day after this photo, I stayed in the hotel for the day while my mum and brother went off to the parks again, because I just couldn't get out of bed.
It would be years, though, before she would get the diagnosis, confirming she is autistic. Living with the question, she says, was painful.
At the time, my GP didn't know much about autism, and he basically told me what I was experiencing was a combination of hormones and exam stress, so sent me away in tears.
Helen is one of thousands of autistic women facing these kind of barriers to getting a diagnosis. The latest research shows the ratio of men to women diagnosed with autism is around 3 to 1, and the median age of diagnosis for boys is 10, but for girls it's 13. There are various theories on why this is, including that girls can be better at hiding or masking their condition, and that teachers tend to underreport traits of autism in girls. TV star Christine McGuinness is one of these women. A documentary she released this week with her husband Paddy explores her diagnosis at the age of 33.
I became quite a recluse in my 20s. I stayed at home pretty much for around 8 years. Since the documentary went out, I've had messages off other women that I've worked with, other TV shows that I've done, just saying, you know, we really didn't understand you, we didn't get you, you know, being really open and honest and saying now we understand why.
Dr. Sarah Lister-Brooks specialises in treating autism and says the impact of a misdiagnosis can be severe.
Because of the stresses and strains in sort of masking their difficulties, because this is something we often see in the women and girls, they actually do sadly develop mental health problems because they become so exhausted at trying to fit in and to pretend to be something they're not.
I think it needs to be not just the frontline medical professions, but it's anyone that might be involved in health, social care, education, need to know about autism.
Helen says the diagnosis changed her life, and she hopes that with more understanding of the condition, many more women will feel they no longer have to hide. Katie Barnfield, Sky News.